I think that the most underrated part of this Seattle defense is that interior D-line. You got guys like Leonard Williams. Even though I wasn't that impressed with him last year, the first-round pick last year, Byron Young out of Texas, and then I believe they have Jerron Reed as well. Those are some three dogs in there, and if you don't have Dominic Pooney in there, you'd have to say that just matchup-wise, the Seahawks have the major advantage in there. So that could potentially be an issue if you're trying to start up the run game. But something that I will say, Sage, is that with the 49ers offense, those superstars, there's just going to be opportunities, I think, for them to get open, break off big plays. So even though there are some things that scare me with that Seattle defense, at the end of the day, you have guys like Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, one-on-one against some of these guys on the Seattle defense. I think they're just better. And you're right. There are some weaknesses for the Seattle defense that I think they'll be able to find mismatches. We brought it up earlier about Kyle Shanahan and all these defenses are scared with what he could call, how he could find the weaknesses in these defenders and expose them. It's going to have to be a Kyle Shanahan game. I think he's going to have to get into his bag to break down this defense a little bit.
I 100% agree. I mean, you saw it the Thursday night. They had the double fake with the touchdown to Kittle over the middle. He's going to have something. He always does. I mean, it's week one. There's going to be some creativity in there. They've literally had a month to plan it. He knows what he's going up against. They've seen the Seahawks. It's a familiar foe. So I think the Niners are going to have a good plan, a good idea. Kubiak, on the other hand, right? This is his first game. He's still – people are going to be learning his offense. They say the zone run scheme takes about 2 years to really master. You got to kind of shift your entire offensive line around it, the size, whatever it may be, like the bodies you carry. So I don't expect the Seahawks to be pristine. I expect it to be a little bit similar, right? There's a lot of turnover for them this year. I expect it to be similar to what it was last year, where you kind of see them get going mid-season, but at the start, it's going to be a little rough. Sam Darnold's first game, I think the Niners are going to take full advantage of him. I got the Niners winning big, man. I mean, we went over it, but I think they're going to be able to expose the Seahawks. I don't think the Seahawks are going to be able to expose the Niners as much. Will they be able to run the ball? Yes. Are they going to be able to move the chains? I believe so. I don't think they're going to be able to get into the red zone. I think the Niners are going to be able to get into the red zone. They have Pearsall. They have Jennings. They have C-Mac. They have Kittle. They have the guys to get in. I feel like they have the Seahawks, on the other hand, have an old Cooper Kupp and JSN, who, in my book, still hasn't proven himself.
Well, okay. So did he give a score?
No. I was going to be a gentleman. I was going to let you go first. I can go first if you'd like, Chase.
No. I could go ahead because I thought that was just your prediction right there. That's my bad. But in all honesty, Sage, with this one, I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. You're going to be up north. It's going to be a tough environment for both offenses, I think. You saw 49ers. I think we're going to have about 52% of the tickets, right?
I don't know how accurate that is. It said according to Vivid Seats.
I think it is. I think they're pretty good with it.
Are all seats sold on Vivid? Like, I can't imagine it's going to be in Seattle more Niner fans than Seahawks fans. We're going to see a graphic and be like, yeah, that was total bullshit. But who knows? I think that's just
but they're really good with that, especially when it comes to like the polling and everything, even in political sense. They're able to do the, mathematics and really figure out what's going on. But I think that's going to be loud for both offenses. You know that in Seattle, the way that the stadium's set up, it really keeps the noise in. I think it's going to be low scoring. But, Sage, I got the Niners pulling it out. 24-21. I think the big difference is going to be, like I brought up, the weaknesses on the right side for that Seattle O-line. It's very bad. It's very bad, and I just think that the Niners bringing in a guy like Mykel Williams, maybe even shifting Nick Bosa over to the right side of that defense, I think they're going to fluster Sam Darnold all day. I'm expecting a couple big mistakes from Sam Darnold. And then on the offensive side of the ball for the 49ers, like I brought up, when you have difference makers like McCaffrey and Kittle, I just think that they're going to find openings throughout the game, crack open some big plays, find ways to get into the end zone. Brock Purdy also is a lot more reliable than Sam Darnold. I expect Sam Darnold to make mistakes. I expect Brock Purdy to play a clean football game. So I got 24-21. I wouldn't take the spread here. I would just go money line 49ers minus 130. And then on the side, a little bit of a player prop here. I think this one's a lock safe. Like I said, Sam Darnold to throw an interception, minus 120. Hammer it. Niners to Sam Darnold with the pick.
Chase, one thing about the Seahawks last year is they were 1-7 at home. They were a better road team than they were a home team. So I just don't have faith in the Seahawks, man. It's Sam Darnold's first game as a Seattle Seahawk. I have the Niners winning 24-16. I have the Seahawks being able to move the ball. I've accounted a lot of field goals for the Seahawks. I don't think they're going to be able to get into the red zone. I don't trust Sam Darnold. I don't trust that pass attack. I think they're going to be, still getting into it, still learning each other. The Niners, on the other hand, they got their guys. The Niners are coming into this game a little undervalued. I think 2.5 against this, a first-time OC, Sam Darnold, who's a pumpkin, a bum. We saw what he was in that playoff game. Only 2.5 points against a team that you spank. Like I said, an average win margin of 15 points over your last 7 games against them. I think the Niners dominate. I think that they're going to be able to move the ball. It's going to be closer than you think. Maybe a little, manicuring at the end. I think it's going to be a 24-16 game. That feels like the Seahawks never had a chance. Chase, a couple props that I love for this game. Parlay it here, plus 500. $10 wins you 50. $100 wins you $500 here. 49ers money line. Let's not mess around here. Lay the juice, get the win. Like you said, minus 130. Kittle, anytime touchdown scorer. Chase, he has 7 touchdowns in his last 5 games against the Seahawks. That's more than 1 per game. We only need 1. And then the Seahawks first drive results as a punt at plus 100. Sam Darnold is not getting points against the great Robert Saleh on his first drive as a Seattle Seahawk unless they get the ball in plus territory. So I think you parlay those 3 together. It's the easiest money. Get your buddy some drinks this weekend. Throw that down. Easy money right there.
Sage, I will say that last part of the parlay, that's a little bit like the Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler and Uncut Gems, where it's like, okay, I have the Nets, I have Kevin Garnett over in points, and I got the Nets to win the tip. Who knows? What if Robert Saleh is able to scheme up something and he's able to get a turnover on the first drive of the game? Then you're toast.
That's true. I didn't account for that.
You got to worry about that. You didn't think about that, did you?
They didn't have it. They had other. It was like field goal, touchdown. Maybe there was a turnover.
Could you imagine your boy Robert Saleh does so well that he forces a turnover and it fucks over your parlay because you believed in him?
Do you know why I don't think that's going to happen? Because I think it's going to be two runs into nothing and then a pass that's into the stands. 3 and out real quick. Niners take over, go down.
I can see it. I can visualize it right now, yeah.
I could literally smell it. I could taste it. I could see it. The only thing is I can't do is feel it because I haven't put the money down yet. And then the Niners are going to go down. George Kittle's going to get that touchdown right away. You just got to root for them to win. It's easy money, right in your pocket. Buy the lot some drinks this weekend.